These two free website traffic sources have a combined reach of more than 36 million hits. This is how to use them for free each time you publish new website content. So welcome to ProfitCopilot.com. Mick Meaney here, and I have been developing my own website traffic strategies for more than 20 years now. And if you want to get my best performing web traffic strategies, click the link in the description or go to ProfitCopilot.com/traffic. Okay, let's head to the computer and take a look at both of these free website traffic sources. So this is the first traffic source today. It's iknowreader.com. It's got over 34 million hits over the last few months, and it's pretty good. So let's take a look at the website. So iknowreader.com. It says that you can build your own news feed. Now, why would you want to build your own news feed? Well, so as you add your content automatically, listen, we're going to generate traffic on autopilot today. So we're going to set it up in advance and then we're going to leave it run. So each time you publish new content, it's going to appear on these websites. So why would you want to build your own news feed? Well, when we have our websites listed on these kind of sites, not only is it available to you, right, but it's also available to everyone else using these websites who might be interested in that kind of content. So this essentially allows you to follow relevant websites and influencers depending on your niche. So let me show you how it works. It's pretty simple stuff. So here we have a dashboard, and as you can see, this is populated with relevant content to me, and I even have my own content on my dashboard as well, because I just want to make sure that it is continuing to be indexed, right? So I like to check that. So every time I upload a new video, I leave it a little while and then I check to make sure that, like the last video I made, which is this one, has been indexed, and then the one before that and the one before that, right? So I can validate that, and I recommend that's what you do as well. But I'll show you how to add your website to this. So we're kind of jumping ahead. So okay, on your dashboard, once you create your dashboard, you're going to have this section here, recommended sources, and it's going to have, well, all the stuff that all the other websites that you might be interested in. So that means that your website can potentially appear in recommended sources for other people. So that's one of the big benefits from being indexed on iknowreader. Okay, on the right hand side, we have currently trending, right? So we've got top today, top this week. Now, let's be realistic. Chances are you are not going to be able to get traffic from this section. Okay, so I don't want to give you false hope here. I want to keep things real. So I wouldn't expect to get traffic from this section. This is really reserved for the big websites like Gizmodo and The Verge. So how do you add your website here? So what I recommend you do is let's create a brand new dashboard, right? So here we've got the default dashboard. Let's create a brand new one from blank. Let's give this dashboard a name. So let's call it, let's say Mick Meaney's dashboard, right? I'm going to hit save there. Hit save. Okay, so now we can add gadgets on the main column and on the side column. So I'm going to hit add gadget. And here we've got lots of different types of data or content that we can add in to this. So what I recommend you do is go with this option, the very first option. Click that. And now if you have this set up in advance, if you have feeds already made, it's going to pull in some suggestions. You probably don't have this set up, so don't worry about that. We're just going to add gadget. Okay, so When it's all set up, it will pull in your content. So what I want you to do here is, on the left hand side, we have navigation system here. We've got feeds, and then inside feeds, we've got this add new. If you click on add new, it will now drop down to all these other options. The one that we're really concerned with is feed. So click on feed, and now check if your website is indexed. I'll show you how to do that. So you just type in your website. So I'm going to type in Profit Copilot. Right, so it's pulling in, searching the database for my website, and it's already indexed. Right, I don't publish that much content, as you can see. Right, so I don't blog often on Profit Copilot. So I don't try to really get traffic to the website anymore. It's all about YouTube for me at the moment. So my website is indexed, and that's fantastic. But what if your website is not indexed? Well, let's just change the name. So let's call this a different website. So let's go with that, right? So let's misspell it. So this website, if it existed, then it would give me an option to create the web feed. So if your website is not featured in this site at the moment, put in your website address there and then click create feed. And that will allow you, it will create a feed on your dashboard that will look something like that. It will have all your latest content automatically pulled in. So that's fantastic. So when the community here searches for things relevant to your niche, so let's say website traffic, there you go, it's going to bring back your content, right? Good stuff. And then people can follow you and they can share your content and add your content to their dashboards, right? So that's one way to use this, but there are other ways to use this platform. So if you are involved in content curation, it's a really good way to get an overview of what is going on in your niche. And you can see that I am using this to pull in articles relevant to digital marketing, but I'm also pulling in Reddit content. Right? I like to keep an eye on Reddit, as you probably know by now. I do a lot of experimenting with Reddit, and some of it pays off, some of it doesn't. But I like to keep my finger on the pulse with Reddit, so I know what's happening on relevant communities to me. So I know what's going on, so I can serve communities in my niches in an effective way. So you can add conversations or keep an eye on what's happening on Reddit and other websites, so you can curate your content from this website if you want to. Okay, so that's iknowreader.com. Let's move on to the next one. So the next one is called newsblur.com. It gets a lot less traffic, but it is still a very effective way to get your content out there and into in front of the people who need to see it. So this has got over 1 million hits, and this is the website. So it's newsblur.com. Again, it's going to create a personal news feed that is made up of your articles and other people's, right? So let's log into the dashboard. Let me show you. Okay, this is what it looks like. It looks kind of similar, right? It's got very similar function. So we just create these dashboards and then we populate it with relevant content, right? So to add your website to the platform, we need to go right down here. So down here we have this plus icon. So if you click on that, it will bring up this little box, and there you can add your website. So check that your website's not already listed. If it's not, then hit add website. And now your website will be featured here for your dashboard. So let's say I want to pull in my content here. So I'll click on Profit Copilot, click on that, and there you go. So it's got all my latest blog posts. Okay, so as you can see, it works in a very similar way to iKnowReader, and that's why I'm including it in this list today, because both work in such a similar way. It makes sense for me to group these together. And remember, you can get my best website traffic sources and methods when you click the link in the description. Okay, thank you for being here today. Take care and God bless.